My Gavan and Melonine, and well met indeed. I'm Arak here, Galadirthan, head of the modding team behind Divide and Conquer, and welcome aboard this sinking ship. As we play as Dorwinion. Excuse me, sorry. Apologies, sorry. Dorwinion. We were playing as Dorwinion, and then apparently, I was thinking about it today at work. I think I just skipped Dorwinion last week and carried on with Isengard. I don't remember saying I was going to. I think I just did. So here we are with Dorwinion. We are besieging Mistrand. We have a sizable army,
Yes, my lord.
led by Viduhar, Avalyn, the war councillor of the Avari, and Viduhar, our nation's greatest general. We've got the army of the Avari in there, and then a lot of trash, so it's going to be an interesting one. At the same time, Strondost is being besieged by Captain Bargujin, who has got quite a sizable little force, and we've got a pathetic force. But we have got Froedhír in there, who I believe last time won a relatively successful battle, if memory serves. Our northern army was utterly obliterated some time ago, and it has gone to create this army. Froedhír was building an army that was going to sail across and take back Theaton, but as you can see, we are absolutely hemorrhaging money. So we won't be able to do that, but we do have a secondary army, which is arguably stronger than the Mistrand army, led by our nation's second greatest general, Nerwë the Conqueror. And that is going to take Rune's great western stronghold of Var Fest. And from there, hopefully with the pincer attack on Mistrand and Var Fest, Rune, the wind will be taken very much out of the sails of Rune's journey. Rune's ship. Yeah, unrelated. So that's the plan. One only hopes we're able to achieve it. I was hoping this attack would be first. If we send them reeling from the walls of Strondost, news will spread amongst their number of our great victory here, and they will be reluctant to fight at Mistrand. Of course, that actually won't happen, but in our minds, that is what will happen. Lovely swift loading time, and we are in. I will start my deployment. Right, so we've got to our advantage a bit of a hill here, which we can use. And, no, this is the one with this smashing hill here. We've only got a few archer units, but they've got this lovely hill here to shoot our enemies from. So don't do anything just yet. Also, this is a proper castle with proper walls, which is lovely, isn't it? Let's be honest, it's lovely. So our walls will actually do something. I'm so pleased with the boost in strength of towers. Just giving that little touch of lethality to your battles and to mine. I just think it's brilliant. Anyway, what's the enemy bringing? They're going to shoot our walls with some ballistae, and they're going to try and take it with ladders and with that tower as well. Now, I assume actually the ballistae will probably go for... Let's group those three together and get them out of the way. The ballistae will probably go for the towers. That's often what they do with those. We've got a unit of defenders who are standing in front of us. There they are. I quite like the look of that defender unit. I know it's simplistic, and I've said it many times, but I love the simplistic looks. Is there anyone else small that can go on the wall? Yes, you, and you are already on the wall. Perfect.
This thing's a little dusty. I'm ready. I know. I'm paladin. It's a little dusty.
Apologies. If it ever goes through long bouts like that where I don't speak, it's because I've had something of a coughing fit on the other side of the microphone. And to save myself having to just edit that section out, I think I'll just go silent for a bit. Right, so I've put all these on top of each other for now, because of course we are going to maneuver them now that the battle has started. And what we want to do is get it so that our general can flank our enemy, because he is arguably one of our strongest units here. No, I'm not sure we do want spear wall. No, I don't think we do. We also need to make sure that our sort of kill zone is a little set back from the gate, so that we can shoot down onto the gate. So if you guys go behind those as well. As expected, they are shooting us with their siege. But what are they shooting at? Let's find out. Hello there, friends. Towers, is it? Oh no, they're going for the wall over there. That's just crazy. Alright, you guys just move through there for now. You ones should be alright. Alright, so we've just got to wait for the crew to finish. I think one Ballista crew can get through a wall. I think that's about all they can do before they're spent. I could be wrong. I frequently am. Oh dear. Lags hard when the walls break. Levies! Stand your ground. And when they come, I will stand my ground. I'll never be afraid. Come on, get through the wall. Blast their eyes! The enemy's ram is through our gates! Don't know what he says for the wall, actually. Ah, they did not get through the wall, in fact. And with any luck, the fire of our towers. Where are you off to? Where are you actually off to? What are they doing? I'm paying way too much attention to this one side. Oh no, they're not through on the other side, it's alright.
Our
Who are you up
enemy's
against?
ladders have reached
Dragon
our
Guard.
walls. It's time for butcher's work.
Just keep those towers firing. There they are. All their crisp glory. No, you're never going to break the siege.
Our cunning foe
Just try and kill the people behind the siege.
Tower. We must repel them.
Dorwinion infantry. You were sent back to retrain.
In the course of battle.
But here you stand.
Almost certain.
One elf amongst your number. The rest of mannish origin. I told you not to go into shield wall. So you've listened to me by doing the exact opposite of what I asked.
The enemy's ram has breached the gates.
Right, it's alright because they've gone that way. So now is your time. Fire on that central square area and give them everything you have. Your targets are perfectly lined up. Show them what for. Brilliant. As hoped. Yeah, we lost the wall there though. But the towers are still ours. As long as we have one person sort of nearish, the towers will always be ours. I increased the range that it takes to capture towers quite substantially. Hi Paladins, you've got some armor-piercing pretenders coming in now. I trust you will show them the door. Where is Froedhír? Standing on the left there. At the moment, out of harm's way, but he looks like he's going in for it. Froedhír, don't do anything too stupid. Levies! Come a little closer, Levies. What are we on? 38% of the enemy has died. And not only the enemy captain is the Ballista crew. Oh wow, I have never seen that. That is remarkably smart on their part, but unheard of. Of course, our defenders here absolutely have to hold that line because there is nothing between them and the square. Right, archers, new targets, battle spearmen standing in the doorway. Keep firing into this gap. Those Daratai warriors have come down off the wall and are just sort of standing around. And sometimes the AI is just so helpful when you don't even ask it to be. It's just so thoughtful.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
I'm sure they're very badly bloodied. As the fire continues to rain down on their heads, so many of them have died now. This is a perfect defense of a castle, courtesy mostly of the towers, of course. People are very fond of doing the mathematics at the end of the video and telling me just how many kills the towers actually get. But I welcome it. I welcome it. And the towers should be strong. You should. This is twofold. You, as a human player, should also know that as besieging a city, the towers are going to do a lot of damage. If the AI keeps you in place, I note that the AI sometimes has a really awkward tendency of abandoning the walls, even when it really would do it. It would be favourable for the AI to defend the walls. They quite frequently just bugger off, and that seals their fate most of the time. Speaking of sealing fate, The arrival of our general will break the lines, as it has indeed done, and it is over. For those who said that I may have sounded a little huskier in the Isengard video that went up at the weekend, it is purely because I am at the end of a cold, as most of England currently is. Of course, we're in the winter time now. Many of us have colds, particularly when you work in an open plan office and people have been brought up with different standards of etiquette and common decency, and they just cough in your face without covering their hand, which is a constant problem. And it means that you get colds frequently. And also I recorded the video early in the morning, and as with all humans, when I speak early in the morning my voice is always raspier. Right, can we reach those ballista crews with you? If not, actually, whilst you're getting into position, we'll send the warriors. I don't think the crossbows will reach, even at the closest point. No, they won't. Oh, I don't know why I'm worried. Of course, moron. They used up all of their ammunition and they're bringing down the wall, didn't they? Ballista crews are perhaps some of the worst military units available to any nation once they have run out of the
The battle
bolt.
is very much in our favour. Victory will be ours.
That's what we should probably do with, say, the dwarves, for example, is have their ballista crew just a really good unit. Because siege is so important to the dwarves that keeping siege alive would also be equally as important. And so it would make sense, for example, for their siege crews to have an actual unit rather than just trash.
Utterly vanquished. This
185,
is a great
1,000,
victory worthy of only the mightiest of generals.
Alrighty, so the towers this time not doing too badly, actually. Not doing as well as you might think. So he deployed 1,361 and he lost in total 1,292. Of those 1,292, 1,191 were killed by my army. Ah, no, it's because it's 1,090. Oh, sorry, I've unticked away. 1,191 were killed by our army, in inverted commas, but when you actually then go to the unit breakdown, you could mentally add up the number of kills from the units, which, just as a quick glance there, thinking about it, was maybe 700 or 800. Meaning, but we caught 100 as well, and that's what the symbol in brackets is. Captured. And the rest is towers. So the towers there were the single biggest killer of anything in our army. But do remember as well, as I say every time I talk about overpowered towers, that villages and the lowest tier castles and towns don't get those types of towers. You have to have either one of the two other castles, so the castle or the stronghold. The keeps don't count, so that's only 2 of 3. And in the towns, you need at least a large town before you can start getting defense of that nature. Ah, here we go. This is going to be a challenge. Speaking of villages, Captain Abadai has come. Froedhír, the defender, stands before him. And he's brought a lot of cavalry, and we're an anti-cavalry bodyguard. So if our infantry, our 1 unit of infantry, can tie up his 2 units of infantry, we might be all right.
And halt this turn of events.
But let us not forget those that have fallen. No, let us not forget that the enemy's main ground forces here are... Why do you have a naval fire at will? Oh, well, I assumed that just wouldn't even be there on melee forces. I can't believe I've never seen that before. Right, Froedhír, you're going over there. I'm ready. You're going over there. Into positions. Right, levies, you're in position. The regent men are going to go and deal with the cavalry. Really, really, really easily if the cavalry just stands there and lets us kill them. Get right in amongst their numbers, massacring them. Yes, please. However, on the other side, all you've got to do, men, is just hold for now. Just hold whilst Froedhír deals with the Ariulad. The Dragon Riders. Arulad. Come on, Froedhír. Oh, yes, please do. Run closer and closer and closer to me. That's absolutely marvellous. Right, they're buggering off. We've taken, I don't think, a single loss and killed all of them. Now, get back. Get back. They will almost certainly come back again, I expect. Yeah, they're already on their way. Get into position on the flank there. Charge them back. Yes. Kill as many as we can so that they're no longer a threat. In fact, all of them. We've literally killed all of them.
Pray something
Go.
changes in the course of battle, for defeat seems almost certain. Only half our force remains.
Ah, dear. Come on, Froedhír. It's all you now, and you're up against a unit that is definitely better than you in battle. And also, annoyingly, the captain is one of these two. Ugh, there he is, front line. Leading by example. Go on, go on. This man shall be called Neil. And Neil has a single task ahead of him that we are all going to root. We're all rooting for you, Neil. Kill that man there. All you need to do is look, shrug him off, give him a quick one to the side and stab this man in the gut, and then look, he's turned his back on you. Come on, Neil. No, don't turn and face the other target. He's slipping away, Neil. Ah. Oh, no. Oh, no. Neil's failed. Let's forget about Neil. This man here is called Roger. And Roger is going to kill this... What?
Perhaps our chances of victory with it.
Fourth win, you suicidal maniac. Well, this is over. Oh, it doesn't even matter if you win now. Fourth win, what are you doing? I would assume, given there's only 5 left, that Roger probably failed in his task as well. But there we go. It's turned into a terrible...
Only half the enemy force remains.
After showing the cavalry how absolutely pathetic they are against Regent Spearguard, we are then schooled on how much better anti-infantry units are against spearmen. It was always going to be a challenge.
Our foe has taken control of the city.
We could have done it the other way round, but we could have tried to impact better with these folks, I suppose, but I don't think there was much we could have done to win that, to be honest.
Nothing to be ashamed of. It was but a cruel twist of fate that snatched victory from our grasp.
Oh, and they've taken a crappy little border village again. And the AI doing what the AI does best, which is totally ignoring anywhere of importance and just trying to snipe your little villages from you, which does nothing but cause headaches. And it just winds me up so much, and it shouldn't, because it's a totally viable tactic. There is nothing really wrong with the AI doing it. They are stopping me getting resources. They are restricting my line of sight. They are restricting my movement. They are taking away potential recruitment centres. It is a totally viable strategy, but it just winds you up when you think those were 4 units that the AI could have really have done with somewhere else that they have now lost half of for a tiny little backwater village. Ah, the barracks event has come. Our time is nigh. Our people gather. Fornost has been assaulted. We have absolutely no money whatsoever. But we are now within reach of our target.
Yes.
Var Fest.
We shall prevail. Yes.
The great Runic stronghold of Var Fest. We finally arrive, the very western border of the lands of Rune. And it is here that we will turn the very tide of this war. We only have 1 cavalry unit. What?
Your will, my lord. By your command.
Well, you might succeed, to be honest, actually. Where others have failed. Have I got a boat up there? No, just a port. My diplomat, I just happened to notice, was knocking around Isengard. Have we spoken to Isengard already?
Bring a proposition for my king.
Yes, we have.
That is all.
Have we spoken to Rohan?
Farewell, then.
Rohan, my lord, is ready to fall. Gondor, you'll be allied with Rohan, won't you? Yes. Kingdom of Rohan. Trade rights. Yes, we have spoken to Rohan. I assume we have spoken to Gondor? No, we have not. Then to the very tip of the White Mountains with you. What is your name? Tate. What a boring name. for this game, of course. If you are called Tate, then rest assured your name in real life is not dull. But when you are compared with Walfa, Froedhír, we've got Viduhar and Avalin over here, then Tate seems rather tame by comparison. I'm hoping to siege Mistrand until they're good and ready, to be honest. I don't want to push ahead with that until the time is right. But Var Fest, I think we probably will have to attack as soon as we can, because the army is needed back on the Eastern Front. Because we are losing money, as I've already pointed out. Of course, we will slowly and steadily regain money, and then it won't take long before we are earning money again. So I'm never really that bothered about losing money. But it won't help our cause if Deharville falls, that's for true.
The enemy
There they are. Here they are. They have come. Now, unfortunately, owing to a tight deadline and knowing that this battle will take at least 10, if not 15 minutes, I'm going to have to actually save there, which is making this episode very short, I'm afraid. But I don't have the time to fight that because I've got to go away shortly, and I like to do it all in one sitting. I could always obviously record it later, but I'm not too concerned. That can be the core, I am stuttering so much of late. That can be the core video viewing of the next episode. So, aha! The old bait and switch. So, I have gone into the battle because I came out of the game, went and did what I needed to do, and came back a little while later, realised it was only 20 minutes long, and I thought, oh, that is a little bit too short. So I thought, oh, it's okay, I can just record more time for the next video, but it's not quite the same, is it? Two videos of 30 minutes is better than one of 20 and one of 40, in my opinion. So here we are. You may have just noticed that the Avari, or the Moroquendi Sentinels as they are now called, are one of the few units in the entire game who are able to place stakes. And as we have not a single cavalry unit amongst us save for the Avari Naharim and their leader Avalin, there he is in all his glory, we could probably pop some stakes down, but it really won't matter because they have to be wherever the unit is placed, and it just makes no real odds. Right, of course, we won't actually be fighting at Mistrand, but we are 2-to-1 outnumbered here. The enemy is coming from here and from about here-ish. So we want to make sure that we're fighting sort of on a diagonal a bit. But the nearest and the only real hill is the one that we are standing on as we speak. So there's no real hill advantages to be had. We've got Avari Shadows, we've got Sentinels, we've got those, and we've got some crossbows. So we've got a nice sizable archer force here today. They won't see us. No, see, that's a poor position. I'm thinking perhaps here is actually going to be better. It's not really a full hill, but it'll do. So, Moroquendi Sentinels. For now, just cover our flank with those. And we'll maneuver as required, as and when. Alright, you fellows and the 2 units of Thorn Guard, group up for me and form a nice, long, thin line. And stand your ground and be ready. Today, the very heart of Rune is up for grabs. And we are not the folk to give it away so easily. We shall fight tooth and nail to claim the heartlands of Rune for our own. And then these foolish Runic clansmen will finally be put to the sword, and Dorwinion will rule in peace in the east. And finally, the Naharim, you go on the right as well. Right, start the battle.
Bringing in reinforcements.
There we are. That will do us quite nicely. So, Moroquendi Sentinels, if you come to the back now, and Shadows, if you move to there. Right, units on the flank. We've got High Paladins. Crossbows are going to go with you. I'm going to try and use the crossbows as they're supposed to be used. Whether or not we'll succeed remains to be seen. You've also got a unit of Avari warriors and some Thorn Bladesmen coming with you on that right-hand side. Now on the left-hand side, we've got the Protectors. If you move yourselves around, we've got another unit of High Paladins. Go with the Protectors, and the Avari Spearmen who throw javelins are over there too. Oh dear. I'm just very conscious of how horrendously outnumbered we are today. if we are to move out using our eagle-eyed senses. Most of the forces that are coming against us, though, or in both armies, are almost exclusively made up of Runic trash. It is the biggest collection of Runic trash I have yet seen in any of our battles. So what we have going for us are, even though we are outnumbered, a full half of our army are light years ahead in terms of skill than most of these fools. Alright, Countish Raiders are missile cavalry, Avari Naharim are missile cavalry. How do you compare in stats, actually? Naharim, you have a 12 melee and a 7 missile with an 18 overall, and your range is 140. They have a 4 melee with a 4 missile and a 9 overall with 130. And hang on a second, our melee is 12. That screams to me is charge them and end them before they get any real shots off, because you are so much better than them in melee. You should also be slightly faster, maybe? No, I don't think they will be faster. There's 72 of them. There are less of us. That's a problem to begin with. And of course, we will take losses from archer fire. But no, they're going to outrun you forever. Forever and a day. We're just going to be running and running and running and running, and that won't serve anyone in any stead. High Paladins curl around. You go with them. You go with them. The Harem come onto that side. Right, similarly, we've put those stakes there and then we're totally going to neglect them, which is folly. Right, form up into positions. It looked like they're trying to sort of flank. Oh no, they're moving their archers. What are they doing? Just attack me, you stupid AI. Oh, the enemy winds me up so much. Very well. We shall play your little game. Charge out, get the bonuses.
The battle is very much in our favour. Victory will be ours.
The first battle absolutely will go in our favour. We really do outclass this enemy in ways I can't really put into words. That's so hyperbolic. I can easily put it into words. We massively outclass this enemy. And for all of me moaning that the vineyard archers, or bowmen, sorry, are trash. Trash archers are fantastic if you don't let them get into melee combat. Because with their numbers, they do so much more damage than you'd originally give them credit for. And it's quite easy to just shred an enemy with them. Oh, look, and they've caught those Countish hunters. We've got mass routing on the right-hand side. But we have lost 10% of our army already. That's worrying. We need support on that right, on that left there, definitely. Right, you guys. Don't... you come and form a line. Get ready for the second tier.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Thorn crossbows haven't even been used yet. The archers are still all getting shots off, but I think they might be targeting the fleeing units now, and that's a really bad use of them. Move those round. Right, they need your help much more than the Morroquendi do. Cut back and hit those Daudatai. Ah, Vineyard Levies have succeeded there. What's going on over here? Oh, those are ours. Right, no worries. Aha! The enemy! The enemy! The enemy! The enemy! Move the lines forward. Move the lines forward. Ah, that's way too slow. Right, how are we doing over here? Yep, they're supporting the Morroquendi, who are creating quite the barrier. You're going to go for them, you're going to go for them. Vineyard Levies, cut through and hit that gap. You go as well. Vari Naharim, come out of that mode. Just run over to there. Crossbows, run down to there. Archers are all in positions. Yes, yes. I'm sounding like this bloody Skaven. Tell you what annoys me, well, doesn't annoy me, but I find very interesting about the Skaven is people love the Skaven so much that they talk in the way that the Skaven talk, the stereotypical yes, yes, so much online, and I find it, there's no two ways around it. I find it quite cringy. It's like you're not a rat person, so one shouldn't speak as though one is a rat person unless one actually is a rat person. But each their own. You do you. Like what you like. Right, this is turning into quite this simple battle, really, and particularly with the one strong and fearsome unit that may actually have done some damage, just running around aimlessly, helping us out immensely, and lining themselves up perfectly for the single unit we have in our army that is designed to bring them down. They have done us a wonderful service. Our Morroquendi protectors are as doing exactly as one would hope they might do, taking on a vastly outnumbered horde.
The enemy general lies dead.
And winning. Or they are outnumbered and taking on a vast horde and winning. Right, you, new targets, Balkoth Tribesmen. You, new targets, Candish Raiders. You guys, hit that large gathering of Daratai in the middle there. I don't think there's anyone even in the middle. Our units. Yeah, we're not too bothered about that. You guys, new targets. Everyone, pile in on that Daratai Clansman battalion. We've got them pinned. Yeah, this is going to be a dob. It's all over. Bring our cavalry round. You can start charging and breaking some units now. They're all alright over there. Need that crossbow battalion to go down. Some Candish Raiders. Do you fancy coming around? Candish Raiders, do you want to just come up here? Just come up here. Yes. With the hellstorm raining down upon them. Those clansmen in the middle have been shredded. We've got routing on that left-hand side, which if we can get the Naharim involved, will spread rapidly.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Yeah, it's over. It's just so over. 2 Lokrin bodyguards survived. Go on, crossbows. Look, they're out in the open. They're out in the open. They're being led on a merry chase. Is that Naharim? No, that's Naharim. Just capture what you can. Because it's over. Very, very much over. It's only the annoying skirmishing units now that are still fighting on. Did the bodyguard go? Candish hunters turned and fight. Turned and fought, I should say. Right, Naharim, how are you guys up to? Oh, of course, we should have thrown Avalyn into the fray because his unit will replenish.
Behold how our cowardly foe runs. Good tidings. The enemy general lies dead.
No, continue. Capture as much as we can. Go over there and get that one. Right, everyone except for Avalyn. You're never going to catch anyone, so come out of the way. Yeah, more falls. 95. I know we've already surpassed the point where their army will just break to nothing. But you just never know. I'm never confident. But we can't really capture much more, so that will have to do us.
The enemy
757 fell.
This is a great victory.
3,874. Viduhar, you routinely show that you are a man of splendor and power. 683 Morroquendi protectors. The Avari Pike unit taking down more than anyone else by a clear margin. The Sentinels only took 242. The second in command in terms of deaths, 305. The Naharim did get 200, but that's nowhere near the top bracket, to be honest. 683, 300, 244, 242. The showing from the elite elves really giving an example of how, as I said at the beginning, we massively outclassed Rune's offering there. Oh dear. So now that won't make up the start and the core of the next episode. The next episode will be, fortunately, now the mopping up of Central Rune with an overwhelming, crushing victory over their capital city, where we shall exterminate them all.
We have triumphed.
We've taken so few losses that when they throw anything
Milord,
at us again
our
to take
courage
it back,
and honor have conquered.
keeping them by the walls and using the towers of the city, because remember, the bigger the city, the stronger the towers get as well. So Mistrand will have fantastic towers if they come back for us. Skip, you would be a Northman and a Dorwinion, sadly, even though you... Oh, it's because you're being adopted. No, we don't want you then, no. Ladris has been besieged, and the Hornburg. The Mistrand overrun. Yes. Right, he said, first of all, let's just check if there's anything we can get rid of that we can't use. I don't think there is. Oh, they've got the Master Merchants Guild by turn 62. Are you joking? That's crazy. That retraining, I should imagine, is almost certainly because of they've probably got a better armory than an armourer than we have. Right, the bulk of the force does need to return. Mistrand will have to be, because we can't allow Duharville to fall. But if someone could build me... No, we don't have any money. So we shall leave behind... We don't need a particularly strong army to go and take him down. So if the elves go and take Aduaka so that he can get some experience, then that army will be able to hold the walls easily, and that army will be able to take Duharville down easily. So there we are. Now that is going to end the episode. So thank you very, very much indeed for sticking with the channel and sticking with this campaign. I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. And just generally, the channel's doing very well, and I have all of you to thank for that. So thank you very much indeed. And until we speak again, Navarnaden Peramad Melonin, and farewell.